A Harvard MBA, former Goldman Sachs, 3 successful exits. On LinkedIn, Tyler Richardson looked like the perfect startup founder. But there was one problem. Tyler wasn't real. Behind the polished resume was Jacob Martinez, a 25-year-old living in his mother's basement in Ohio. And in just 6 months, Jacob would pull off one of the most absurd startup frauds of the modern age. An $8 million scam powered only by LinkedIn and ChatGPT. Jacob had graduated in computer science from Ohio State, but every job interview, 47 in total, ended in rejection. Unemployed, frustrated, he spent 12 hours a day on LinkedIn, not searching for work anymore, but studying the people who had it. He saw a pattern. Every successful profile looked the same. Ivy League education, big tech or Wall Street experience, a couple of flashy exits, inspirational posts filled with empty buzzwords. The same template over and over. And he asked himself, what if I played the same game? So he invented Tyler Richardson. The face came first, a hyper-realistic portrait generated by AI, retouched in Photoshop, dressed in a suit, with a Manhattan skyline behind him. The resume was next. Harvard MBA, Goldman Sachs analyst, McKinsey consultant, founder of a stealth mode startup. Then came the stories. Guest lecturing at MIT, funding from Y Combinator, Forbes under 30 nomination. All of it false, but no one bothered to check. ChatGPT supplied the daily posts. Jacob just hit publish. 5 a day, polished and confident. The future of blockchain in enterprise. Why Web3 will revolutionize B2B. Lessons from my time at Goldman Sachs. By the first week, Tyler had 100 followers. By the end of the month, 2,000. Venture capitalists began sending connection requests. Impressive background, Tyler. Let's connect. Would love to hear more about your stealth startup. Jacob accepted them all. But soon, messages turned into meetings, so he created a company, on paper. Blockchain Ventures, Inc., a Wix website with stock photos, a vague mission statement, and a broken request demo button. Fake customer logo stolen from Google, Delaware Incorporation, a WeWork mailing address in Manhattan, a Google Voice number, and an email, tyler@blockchainventures.ai. For $500, Blockchain Ventures looked real enough. And then came Sequoia Capital. A partner reached out after seeing his posts. Tyler, we'd like to discuss your venture. Jacob's heart raced. He prepared with military precision. A fake Manhattan Zoom background, voice-altering software, a Canva pitch deck, even a suit jacket, though below the waist he wore pajamas. On camera, Tyler Richardson spoke with confidence. We're building the AWS of blockchain. Enterprise-grade, scalable, secure. Already in talks with Fortune 500 companies. Every word a lie. But the investor listened, took notes, and left the door open. The moment Jacob posted about his Sequoia meeting, the lie caught fire. Humbled by the interest from Tier 1 VCs, the post read. It went viral, 10,000 likes, hundreds of comments. Other investors piled in. Andreessen Horowitz, Lightspeed, Axel, Founders Fund. Everyone wanted to know about the mysterious startup Sequoia had looked at. Jacob doubled down. Fiverr supplied a logo, a pitch deck design, even a fake demo video. He paid for a white paper filled with jargon. He invented employees. Lisa Chen, CTO, Marcus Johnson, head of sales, David Kim, lead engineer. All with AI-generated faces, ChatGPT resumes, and LinkedIn profiles to match. On paper, Blockchain Ventures was a thriving company. In reality, Jacob was still in his basement. Then, the first money arrived. An angel investor messaged, "What's the minimum investment?" Jacob hadn't thought that far, but quickly downloaded a safe template. He replied, $50,000. We're raising a $2 million seed at a $10 million valuation. The investor wired $100,000. Days later, Jacob stared at his account, trembling. It was real. And with the first money came more. Investors told their networks. FOMO took over. Messages filled his inbox.
Can I get in with 50? I'll wire 200. What about $500,000? Jacob repeated the same lines. Limited allocation left, first come, first served. By month 2, he had raised $1.5 million. By month 3, $3.2 million. By month 4, $5.7 million. On LinkedIn, Tyler was living large. Photos from Dubai, posts about closing enterprise clients, announcements of speaking at global conferences. In reality, Jacob was in Ohio, sneaking luxury watches and electronics into the house, telling his mother he'd found a tech support job. He was paranoid, sleeping less, convinced someone would catch him. Then came Michael Chen, a legendary angel investor. He wanted to lead Tyler's Series A, but he insisted on meeting in person. Jacob stalled. "I'm in Singapore. Now I'm in Dubai." Michael replied, "I'll send my associate for due diligence." The words Jacob dreaded. He decided to disappear. He had raised $8 million. He began converting to crypto, using mixers, planning escape with a dark web passport. New name, Marcus Webb. Destination, Thailand. Before vanishing, he posted one last message. "Excited to announce we're going deeper into stealth mode. Big things coming." Supportive comments flooded in. But investors demanded a quarterly update. So Jacob turned to DeepFake software, presenting as Tyler Richardson one last time. It worked, until his computer glitched. For a brief second, Tyler's face melted away, revealing Jacob's. One investor recorded it. Hours later, the clip hit Reddit. "Is Blockchain Ventures a scam? The CEO's face glitched." Thousands watched. Comments poured in. "Looks like deepfake. I invested $100K. Has anyone met Tyler in person?" Panic spread.
Michael Chen went to the FBI. Within weeks, agents traced the IP addresses. Not New York, not Dubai, Columbus, Ohio. Registered to Jacob's mother. At dawn, they raided the house. In the basement, they found 6 glowing monitors, 37 burner phones, stacks of fake IDs, and a half-packed suitcase. Jacob Martinez was arrested. His first words, "Tyler doesn't exist." The agent's reply, "We know." In the interrogation, Jacob confessed. "It started as a joke. I wanted to see if I could fake it. Then someone sent money. I couldn't stop." $6.2 million was recovered. The rest vanished into mixers. In federal court, prosecutors described an elaborate fraud that deceived more than 200 investors. Victims spoke through tears. "I lost my retirement savings. I trusted LinkedIn verification. This destroyed my faith in startups." The judge sentenced him to 8 years in federal prison, ordered restitution, and banned him for life from the financial sector. 2 years later, Jacob wrote from prison, "Tyler Richardson was the best and worst thing I ever created. Best because it showed how fragile the system is. Worst because it hurt real people. Is every CEO on LinkedIn real? Is every unicorn real? Tyler didn't exist, but there are hundreds of Tylers every day. Be careful." After the scandal, LinkedIn added blue-check verification, photo detection, and company vetting. But fake profiles are still created daily. Startup fraud continues to rise. Investors continue to send money without meeting founders. The lesson? Technology can build fortunes, but technology also enables fraud. Today, in Silicon Valley, when a founder's name comes up, one question is always asked. Have you met them in person? Because after Tyler Richardson, no one trusts a Zoom call alone. Back in Ohio, Jacob's mother keeps the house quiet. The basement is storage now. On the wall still hangs Tyler Richardson's fake Harvard diploma. And stuck to the frame, a Post-it note. 2 words. Never again. Every day, 10,000 fake profiles appear on LinkedIn. Startup fraud topped $5 billion last year. 2/3 of investors admit they send money without ever meeting the founder. Tyler Richardson wasn't real, but the $8 million lost was. And so the question remains, when you scroll through your LinkedIn connections, how many of them are you absolutely sure are real?